DS-810N Benchtop Liquid Colorimeter Operation Video. First, the boot and shutdown. Plug the power cord into the DC power interface of the instrument to turn it on or off, and press the power button at the back of. Second, calibration. Take out another brown-gray data cable, plug it into USB port at the back of the instrument, and connect it to the computer. Open the QC software, and the instrument is connected at the bottom right, which means the connection is successful. Enter the calibration wizard interface and calibrate the instrument according to the wizard. First, calibrate the air. When the measured sample is a solid sample, such as film and glass, calibrate the air. Calibrate the air after ensuring that there is no object blocking the test port of the sample bin. After calibration, measure the air again for calibration. Second, calibrate distilled water. When the measured sample is liquid, calibrate distilled water. Note when measuring the chromaticity of different liquids, different specifications of cuvettes will be used. When calibrating, please calibrate with a cuvette of. When calibrating, please calibrate with a cuvette of corresponding specifications. Here, we demonstrate that the calibration is performed with a 10 mm optical path cuvette when measuring Gardner chromaticity. Pour distilled water into the colorimetric blood, and the pouring amount is about 3/4 of the colorimetric blood, so as to ensure that the liquid can completely block the test port. Put the cuvette containing distilled water into the machine for calibration and click Calibrate. After the calibration, take out the cuvette and measure the air again for calibration. Click Calibrate, and the calibration is successful. Third, a demonstration of measuring liquid chromaticity. First, PT cohesion alpha. Select transmission PT cohesion alpha. In settings measurement parameters, click the button to the right to put it in display data items, and then click Save and Close. Note, before measuring PT cohesion alpha, please use a 50 mm optical path cuvette with distilled water for 100% calibration. Put the sample into a 50 mm optical path cuvette and click Standard Sample to get the platinum diamond chromaticity of the sample as 37.24. If you need to compare the difference between the two samples, you can put another sample and then click Test Sample for comparison. Second, Gardner color. Select Transmission Gardner color. In Settings Measurement Parameters, click the right button to put it in Display Data Items, and then click Save and Close. Note, before measuring Gardner color, please use a 10 mm optical path cuvette filled with distilled water for 100% calibration. Put the 10 mm optical path cuvette containing the sample into the fixture and click Standard Sample to get the Gardner chromaticity 3.38 of the sample. If you need to compare the difference between the two samples, you can put another sample and then click Test Sample for comparison. Third, a Saybold. Select Transmission Saybold in Settings Measurement Parameters. Click the right button to put it in Display Data Items, and then click Save and Close. Note, before measuring Saybold, please use a 100 mm optical path cuvette filled with distilled water for 100% calibration. Put the 100 mm optical path cuvette containing the sample into the fixture and click Standard Sample to get that. The cyber characteristic of the sample is 8. If you need to compare the difference between the two samples, you can put another sample and click Test Sample to compare. Fourth, ASTM color. Select Transmission ASTM color. In Settings Measurement Parameters, click the right button to put it in Display Data Items, and then click Save and Close. Note, before measuring ASTM color, please use a 33 mm optical path cuvette with distilled water for 100% calibration. Put the 33 mm optical path cuvette containing the sample into the instrument and click Standard Sample to get that the ASTM color of the sample is 1.46. If you need to compare the difference between the two samples, you can put another sample and click Test Sample for comparison. Fifth, yellowness. Select yellowness in Settings Measurement Parameters. Click the right button to put it in Display Data Items, and then click Save and Close. Note, before measuring yellowness, please use a 10 mm optical path cuvette with distilled water for 100% calibration. Put the sample into a 10 mm optical path cuvette and click Standard Sample to get the yellowness index of the sample, where index 1 is 25.39, index 2 is 30.76, and index 3 is 29.67. If you need to compare the difference between the two samples, you can put another sample and click Test Sample for comparison. Fourth, introduction of software interface function. Settings are divided into 6 modules, namely Instrument Settings, Light Angle Setting, Measurement Parameters, Tolerance Setting, Measurement Setting, Print Setting. Instrument settings include instrument information, transmittance, reflectance, test mode, UV settings, aperture setting and other settings. Light angle setting can set the light source and angle of calculation data. The light source and angle in modes 1, 2, and 3 are the calculation data in all modes. Then the last mode is only used to calculate metamerism. Measurement parameters include color space value difference, color difference type, whiteness, yellowness, blackness, and grayscale transmission, color fastness, strength, color density, environment, and settings, spectral, KS, absorbance, other indices, coffee color, tomato color, citrus color, other color. Select measurement parameters. To select the content to be measured in measurement parameters, click the right button to put it in display data items, which means it is selected. Select the content that does not need to be measured in display data items. Click the left button and disappear from the box, which means it had been deleted. Tolerance setting, which is the basis for judging whether the measured data is qualified. When the measured data exceeds the tolerance range, it will prompt that the data is unqualified. And when the measured data is less than or equal to the tolerance, it will prompt that the data is qualified. In this interface, you can set tolerances for different color difference formulas and modes. There are measurement types, name rules, and other settings in the measurement setting. For print setting, you can set the corporate name, report title, report no, sample number, instrument name, instrument model, software version, operator and reviewer in the properties interface, and click save and close after filling in. There are 3 ways to print: printing a single sample, printing graphics, and printing all data, and selecting the required mode. That's the introduction of Benchtop Liquid Colorimeter DS-810N.